Okay, we're reading Odyssey Part 3, so here we go. It's where we left off. And she urged him on the one with winning words, so much as you'll lack us neither courage nor sense for this day on. None of your father's spirit courses through your vines. Now there was a man, I'd say, in a words and action both, so how can your journey end in shipwreck or defeat? Only if you're not in his stock, Penelope's too? And I fear your hopes might come into grief. Whose sons are the equals of their fathers, most fall short. All too feel to surpass them. But you brave, in the depth of this day on, Odysseus' cunning has already given in you, and there's every hope you will reach your goal. But then of your mind, not a shred of sorry. Now they can now can the death and black covering. It's all the heads to crush all in one short day. But you, the journey that stares you now is not far off, not with the likes of me, your father's friend of yours, to reg you in swift ship and be your shipmate too. Now home you go and mix with the suitors here, there. Now get your rations ready. Pack them all in vessels, the wine in jars, and barrel a meal, the marrow of men's bones, and durable skins. While I make the rounds in town, make quickly enlist your crew of volunteers, whilst the ships in Sigurd Itaga, or they knew I'll look them over and choose the best in sight. We'll fit her out and launch her into the sea at once. And so Fenna, daughter of Zeus, assured him no lingering now. He heard the goddess voice, but back went to his house with atching heart, and there was a palace. Sorry about that. Found a brazen suitors skinning the goat in the courtyard, slinging pigs for roasting. Antonius, smiling warmly, sauntered up to her prince, grasped his hand and coaxed him, savoring his name. Telemachus is my high and mighty. Fierce young friend, no more nursing those violent words in action now. Come eat and drink with us, just like the old days, whatever you want our people will provide. A ship and picked grew to speak to your holy Pylos, out for the news and about your noble father. But self-possessed, Telemachus drew the line. Atinius, now how shall I dine with you in peace and take my pleasure? You ruffians carousing here. Isn't it quite enough of that you? My mother's suitors were aged at all, my very best. These many years, while I was still a boy, now I'm full grown and can hear the truth from others, absorb it too, now. Yes, that the anger seethes inside me. I'll stop at nothing to hurl destruction at your heads. When I ever go to Pylos or sit tight there at home, but the trip I speak will not end in a failure. Go I will as a passenger, nothing more, since I don't seem to command my own crew. That, I'm sure, is a way that suits you best. With this, he nonchalantly drew his hand for Anatius' hand while the suitors busy feasting in the halls. Mocked and taunted him, flinging insults now. God help us. One yelled back, kept shouting, you wanted to slaughter us all. He's off seeing the pilots to hire cutthroats. Even Sparta, perhaps. So hot to have our heads, why drove as far as Thyra, Dark's rich soil, and run back home with level poison. Slip into a boy and wipe us out with a drink. Who knows? I never yet blade up and ventured, and often that hollow ship of his he might just drown. 5 years friends and drifter like his father. What a bore. He doubled out work for us, splitting up his goods, parceling out his house and to his mother and the man who was the glean, so they scoffed. But Telemachus headed down to his father's storeroom and broad and vaulted, piled high with gold and bronze, chests packed with clothing, vats of reedal and oil, and their standing and clothes rings against the wall, or jars of seasoned mill wine holding a drink amidst him, inside them, fit for God, waiting for a day Odysseus, worn by hardships, might come back home again. Doors snugly fitted, double hug, or bottled in a shut in a housekeeper was in charge by night and day. Her care, her vigilance, guarding all those strangers, Cilia or something, the daughter of old Ops. Prisoner's son, Tomasz has called her into the storeroom. Come, nurse, draw me off some wine in smaller traveling jars, bellow. The finest vintage you've been keeping next to what you reserve for unlucky king. In case Odysseus might drop in from the blue, and cheat and deadly spirits may get home. Fill me in an even dozen, silver tidy, pour me and barrel in little stitch leather bags. 20 message of meal, your stone ground is best. But no one else must know these rations by now. Put them all together, I'll pick them up myself. Toward evening, just about the time that Mother Cloud's ruin to think about turning in, I'm sailing off to Sparta, sending pilots too, for news of my dear revolver's journey home. Perhaps I'll catch some rumor. I'll wait for grief. In his fun, old nurse burned out the protest, sobbing, "Why, dear child? What craziness got into your head? Why been on rambling over the face of the earth? My darling, only son, your father's words say away. God's own Odysseus, dead in some strange land, and these brutes here, just wait the moment you're gone, they'll be scheming against you. Kill you by guile. They will, and carve your bride in pieces, birthright in pieces. No, sit tight there. Guard your own things there. Don't go roving on the Barents all sea. No need to suffer so. Courage, old woman. Thoughtful Telemachus had a rescuer. There's a God who made this plan, but swear you won't say anything to my mother. Not until 10 or a dozen days have passed. Or she misses me, or herself informs I'm gone. She must then mar her lovely face with tears. Only one swore a solemn oath to the gods. In vowing she would never breathe a word, and quickly draw the wine into ear jars, and pour barley in little stitched leather bags. Telemachus returned to the hall and joined the suitors. Then bright-eyed Apollos thought of one more step. Disguised as a prince, and the goddess roamed through town, pausing beside each likely crewman, giving orders to the goddess beside her ship at nightfall. Sorry, I had allergies, I can't help it. Go away, allergies. You're getting my nerves. Be there, she asked Nonaman. Phronius' generous son, to win her with a swift ship, God gladly volunteered. The sun sank, and the world grew dark. Navigatius hauled the swift ship down the water, stoling all the tackle well rigged, vessel carries, mooring her well at the harbor's very mouth. Once the crew had gathered, rallying round, she hearted every man. Then bright-eyed Pallas, one last thing, as she went to the king Odysseus, hauls in there, she swore a sleep of oblivion over the suitors, dozing them as they drank, knocking cups for hands, nowhere watering now. Their eyes lay down with a sleep. They rose and groped through the town to find their beds, but calling the prince outside his timbered halls, thinking the building like a mentor once again. Flash and Odyssey urged him on. Telemachus, your comrades at the arms are ready at the oars. Wait for your command to lunch, so come with your voyage now, we're wasting time. As poet Athena sped away with Noed, as he followed in her footsteps, man and goddess, when they reached the ship at water's edge. They found in the long-haired shipmates on the beach. The prince, inspired, gave his first commands. Come, friends, get the rations aboard. We're piled in the palace now. My mother knows nothing of this, no servants either. Only one has heard our plan. He held them back, and the man fell in and fetched down all the stores, and stole them briskly, deep and well-ribbed holds, as Odysseus' son directed. Telemachus climbed aboard. Athena led the way, assuming the pilot's seat, reversed astern, and he sat close beside her. Cables cast off, the crew sung in the oarlocks, bright-eyed as Athena, the stiff falling wind, rippling out of the west, ruffling out of the dark like sea, as Telemachus shouted out command to all his shipmates. All away, hands to tackle. They sprang to orders, hoisting the pile and mast. They stick the fernet in its block amidships, but lashed at its stays at a braid rawhide, halyards, and held the light sail high. Suddenly went hit full, and the canvas bellied out. In a dark blue wave foaming out up at the bow, singing out loud and strong, the ship made way, skimming the light caps, cunning toward her goal, a running gear secure of a swift black craft. They set up a bowl and brimmed them high on a line, and poured reverberations of the everlasting gods who never die to Athena first of all. But daughter of Zeus, with flashing sea gray eyes, and the ship went plugging all night long and through the dawn. Book 3. King Nestor Remembers. As the sun sprang up, leaving brilliant waters in its wake, climbed the bronze sky in a shower of light and immortal gods. An immortal man across the lowlands right with grain and ship pulled into Pylos Nolius, story in Citadel, where the people line in the beaches, sacrificing sleek-backed black bulls and Poseidon. God of the sea blue, man who shakes the earth, they sat in 9 divisions, 500 strong, each division offering up 9 bowls, and while the people tasted it in nards, burned the thigh bones for the god, the craft and crew came heading straight to the shore, striking sail, furling it into the balanced ship. They moored her well, and man swung down on land. Telemachus climbed out last, Athena far in front, and brighter-eyed goddess urged the prince along. Telemachus, no more shyness. This is not the time we sail to sea for this. For news of your father, where does he lie buried? The fate did he meet? So ride up to Nestor, break the horses. We'll make a meal of the secrets of his heart. Press him yourself to tell the whole truth. He'll never lie, the man is far to lies. The prince replied, wise in his own way too. How can I greet him? Mentor even approached the king. I'm hardly adept at subtle conversation. Some of my age might feel shy. What's more, interrogating an older man. Telemachus, the bright-eyed goddess and Athena restored him. Some of the words to you find within yourself, the rest of some power will apply you to say. You least of all, I know. You were born and were toured without the gods' goodwill. As the palace of Athena set the lane and lead, as he followed in her footsteps, the man and goddess painted the phallus where the violence method. First sat Nestor among his sons and his friends around them, decked the banquet. Roasted and meats and shooter strips were broiling. As soon as they saw the strangers, all came crowing down. Waving on to welcome, urged them to sit. Nestor's son Pisistratus, first to reach them, grasped her bare hands and sat them down at the feast on fleecy through spread out along the sandbanks, flanking his brother's trashy meaties, and his father gave them a share of innards, poured some wine in a golden cup, and lifting it and awarding towards Athena. Daughter of Zeus, who shield the storm and thunder, greeting the goddess now in emulation, say a prayer to war of Zidian, stranger. His is to defeat you found on your arrival, but once you made your liberation, your prayer. All according to ancient custom, He has kept hearty, sees the body of your comrade here, so I can pour forth too. He too think I should pray the deathless one himself. All men need the gods, but the man is younger, just about my age. That's why I give the gold cup first to you with that. The sister Radis placed in their hand in the cup of mellow wine, and Pallas rejoiced at the prince's sense of tact and giving the gold wine cup first to her. At once she prayed intensely to Poseidon. Hear me, sea worthy who embrace the earth, don't deny her wishes. Bring your prayers to pass. First, then, to Nestor, all the son is grant glory. Then to all these Pylians, for their splendid rites, grant a reward that warms their gracious hearts. Last Pedician, grant Telemachus and myself safe passage home, the message accomplished that sped us here in our rapid black ship. So she prayed and brought it all to pass. She offered a rich two-channeled cup to Telemachus. Odysseus' son, who echoed back her prayer word for word. They roasted in prime cuts, pulled them off the spits, and sharing our approaches, fell to the royal feast. Once they put aside their desire for food and drink. Old Nestor, the noble charioteer, began at last. Now is the time they enjoy their meal. To probe our guests, they found out who they are. Strangers, friends, who are you? Where'd you sail from overrunning sea lanes? Out in a trading, we were roving like a pirate, seven old wolves are raining at will. Risk their lives to plunder over men. Poised, Telemachus answered, filled the heart Athena herself inspired, to ask for the news about his father going so long, and make his name throughout the mortal world. Nestor, son of Melius, Achaea's pride and glory. Where are we from, you ask? I'll tell you all. We hail from Antaga, under the heights of Nyan. Our mission here is personal, nothing public now. I'm on a trail of my father's widespread fame. You see, the search in the frame to catch some news of our great-hearted King Odysseus, who they say threw you to demolish twice some years ago. About all the rest who fought me, the Trojans here, we know where the one he died is wretched death, that his father even is death. The son of Cronus hid it all in a mystery. No one can say for certain where he died. Whether he went down at all when in enemy hands, or open to sea and infiltrate breakers. That's why I come to the play before you now. You can tell me about his cruel death. Perhaps you saw him die with your own eyes. I hear the wanderers end for someone else. More than all another man, the man was born for pain. Don't soften the thing for petty respect for me. Tell me clearly all your eyes have witnesses. I beg you, if ever my father word Odysseus played you in the world and make it a good in action, once on the field with Troy, where you Achaean suffered, remember his story now. Tell me the truth. Nestor, the noble charioteer, replied at length, Ah, dear boy, since you call that such memories, such as loving Helen, we entered the distant Troy, we headstrong fight forces in Achaea, so many raids of the shipboard down in the foggy sea, cruising for plunder where Achilles led the way. So many battles round King Priam's walls we fought, so many gone, our best ridden bravest fell. Fair Ajax, wise, the great man of war. Fair wise Achilles too. Fair practical skilled as the god his counsel. Fair oh my own dear son, both strong and staunch. Antiochus, lightning on his feet and very engine of fighter. So many other things we suffered that past that count. What mortal in his wide world can kill it all. Now if he said and proved his memory, 5, 6 years, to roll in all the pains were brave that changed boy there? Your patience would fray. You'll soon head for home. 9 years we will for what of a disaster of those Trojans. Pressing them with every tactic, known the man, that only after we slayed did Zeus award us victory, and no one there could hope the rival Odysseus not for sheer cunning. You fathers, yes, if you are in fact a son, I look at you in the sense of whatever takes me. Your way and words, it's just like his. I swear no youngster could speak like you. So slept. So telling us yell as long as I great and it is his soldiered here, there. Never once did speak it out at odds. Not even on my muster and not royal council. Fervent one in mud, in judgment balanced, shrewd. We mapped our armies, and plain soul thing might turn out the best. But then, once we sacked the King Priam's craggy city, Zeus comforted his heart in that old homeward run, all Achaeans who were fools. At least, dishonest too, so many met as dexterous, and things for weather rage. The minds of our daughter, eyes of fire, a furnace at them fooling, Atreus who done, made summoned all the Achaean ranks to muster. Rashly does the sunset no hours of rally troops. And they strangled all sardine and wine, our heroes and brother hammering to them. Told them why they met at Croesus, men with Erdeman to mix their minds. On a voyage home across the sea roads back, but it brought no Agamemnon. Not at all, he meant to detain us after of our victims. Anything of this offended his dreadful wrath. Poor fool, he never dreamed offended and would not comply. But minds were the everlasting gods and don't change so quickly. So two of them stood there wrangling back and forth till the army spring up their army clashing ungodly uproar. Two plans split the ranks, what might we barely slept. Seeing the hard feelings against our own comrades, for Zeus was gloating over us, poison suit our doom, at dawn hauled our vessels down the sea. We stowed our plunder, our stashed in lovely women, the half of them in the deck, keep on the beach, waiting out for Agamemnon's next commands. While our contingent barked, we pushed off and sailed at the fast clip. As the gods moving out of the huge drifting swells, we reached Tenedos quickly and sacrificed to the gods. The crew's keen for home, but quick return was not in his plans. Not yet. The crew power oozed and curd, and the field wanted us once again. So swung and rolling warships hard about. Aeneas Sylvan back, a flexible Wally King, railing over the Agamemnon now. No other short his fortunes up. Not I. Gnashing the ships came into my flotilla. I sped away as the gods' mischief kept on brewing, dawning on me now. Titius fighting sun. Diomedes fled too, rousing all his comrades. Late in the day, Rhaegar Menelaus joined us, overtook us as lebos, debating the wrong route home. Lever to the head north, over the top of Roski Chios, skirting Syri, keeping in the island off the port, a run of the south of Chios, by Minas, gusty cape. We asked for the god of the river sign. He showed us one. He urged us to cut out in the middle passage, straight to the Abuya. Now, escape the Cathastro, fast as we could sail. A swelling wind came out stiff, driving us on, and we were raised over the sea lanes on rifled fish. Made Gerastus, point in the dead of the night. Many thighs of bulls we offered Posidian here. Sorry. Thank God we crossed that endless reach of sea. Then on the fourth day, I visited cruise of Diomedes. Break of horses moving and their balanced ships. At the Ogre's port, but it held for course for pilots, yes. It never once did. The good strong with the go limp. For the first day, the god on which it's blast. So, oh dear boy. I made it home for Troy in totally north, knowing nothing of their fates, but one who stayed behind. Was keep there with their lives and we went down. All I gave her thy heresy. Sitting here in my own house, but you'll learn, only ready I'll hide nothing now. Then say by my redons, both savage spearmen waiting by the shining sun of the wine-hardened Achilles, traveled home unarmed, highlights, steadies, I don't know, the gallant of son of the Pias, safe as well, Dominus brought his old contingent back to Crete, all who escaped the war. The sea snatched none for him, Atreus, Agamemnon, you yourselves even no far that Taga. None of that heard how he turned, and just have the king hoarding in his step. What a price he paid, in blood and suffering, how fine it is, when a main bird is brought down to wet his son behind. Yusting took his revenge. He killed that cunning murderer as a gift he is, who killed his famous father. And you, my friend, how tall and handsome I see you now. Be brave, you too. So many will sing your praises down to years. Tell them about this, land the challenge closely. Easter's old Neston, son of Meliad, and she is pride and glory. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna read some more like tomorrow. So it's gonna be a long one, but I'm gonna try to get through it. So and I'll see you guys soon.